Today is May 27th, 2019, and this is episode 146 of PlaneSavers!
PlaneSavers, there we go. Thank you, Stella, for that opening. As you can see, paperwork. Luckily, we have some friends saving the day today. Danny Price sent us a video. We have a video from the Avro Aero team, which is very cool. Stick around for that. Aero 2. Yeah, it's going to be great, folks. Yeah, let's just take a quick look. Look, the CF100's still here. The DC3, Robert's down there. There's touching up some paint. Looking very good, folks. Airplane is complete. It's doing good. Yeah. So Danny Price has sent us actually two videos. He sent us a video on the Canso and the video of the F5. So I think I'm going to show you guys the video of the Canso. That is probably the most applicable to this airplane. Let's check it out. Same engines as on a DC-3, 1830s. Let's go see Danny.
Hey Mikey, Danny from the Atlantic Canada Aviation Museum again. I want to have a look at our Canso. This is actually a PBY-5A. It was built for the US Navy in the 40s. And it was purchased by Eastern Provincial Air Raids in 1953. It was flying freight up in Newfoundland and Labrador. On October the 1st, 1957, they had some engine issues and they had to make an emergency landing, and they landed on some water that wasn't great to land on, and they beached it, and they just left it there. So 29 years and 29 days later, we went in and it was lifted out by the military. They flew it out to Goose Bay for us. Picked it up with a Chinook helicopter and flew it out. It arrived here in 1989. It sat up in Sydney for a while until we could get it apart and get it down here. So this is her. She's a big old airplane. I'm going to walk into this side over here. This is kind of our restoration shop, so this is kind of messy over here. And we are going to go in it. There's not much in it. Right there, that patch that we put on. If you look up at the picture up there, I don't know if you can see it. That's where the big EPA emblem was, and somebody hacked that out with an axe. We don't know where it is, but now we've got it all repatched. We're squeezed in here around other airplanes. Now you got to understand, there's not much in this airplane. And there we go. We're inside. So let's walk forward here. Well, sort of stumble forward. I can't stand up in here. It's so small. There's off the windows. And if we look up here, that's where the flight engineer used to sit. It's right up there. Okay, one more struggle through here. She's a pretty empty shell. We're working on her. This is our long-term restoration project. There we go. I can step through into the cockpit. As you can see, there's nothing in here. But there we are up in the nose. I think they stripped it all out after it was crashed. I'm not sure. There we go. Stand up and look back on her. Hook myself up and stuff hanging here. Okay, now I gotta try to get out of her. There's not a lot of room. I can't stand up straight in it. There we go. Just looking up at the tail. There you go, Mikey. We'll have a look around. Like we've done on the other airplanes. Look down on the L-19. We got her jammed in here. Anyway, Mikey, there's another one for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Danny Price. Wasn't that very nifty? Yeah, awesome, man. The Halifax Museum and Danny have been a huge supporter this entire time. If you're in the Halifax area, definitely go check out that museum. Or if you're traveling to Halifax, anywhere in the world, put that on your list to go see that in the Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, man, hopefully, best of luck with that Canso. I can't wait to see that thing being put back together. Cansos are one of my most favorite engines. Airplanes engines, even though I said it had the same engines as the DC-3, it doesn't have engines yet on the one in Halifax. Everyone's been going good. The airplane's complete. Folks, the weekend push was great. We still have a lot to do in the forms of just the prep and work and all the behind the scenes stuff. And I want to take a special extra thank you to Transport Canada again, who've been A+, man, A+. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, so one thing, like we're talking about plane saving, and we got the Canso in Nova Scotia, we got Pierre in his CF100, we got Mikey in the DC-3. The one of the coolest, in my opinion, anywhere in the entire world. You guys know I love the Avro Aero. What's the next best thing besides an Avro Aero? An Avro Aero replica, but much more than a replica, as these guys are building something from scratch, which is the sound of what was that, Challenger or something firing up, enhancing the audio. Well, that makes me want to rush before those engines fire up. We're gonna go check out the Aero 2 in Calgary. Check this out. The engines are spooling. It's coming, folks. Let's head off to Calgary and see one of the coolest airplanes in the world.
Hello, PlaneSavers. Lewis here at the Avro Museum at Springbank Airport in Calgary, Alberta. Mikey, you mentioned this in episode 50. A few things have changed since then, so let me show you what's going on inside. The Aero 2 is a 60% scale, two-seater version of the Avro Aero. It has a top speed of Mach 0.98. The plane will be static displayed in its current state at the 2019 Springbank Air Show. Come support the project, check out the website, social media, and become a member.
5 o'clock in St. Hubert's. Well, I'm all alone on the aircraft. Feel lonely. There's probably a reason why. Anyway, things are getting pretty good on it. As you can see, it's a beauty. She's clean, she's ready to fly. Mikey has been working with Transport Canada all day, scratching his head off how to deal with all the paperwork. But you know, it's always a big project with big anticipation from everybody. So I think he's gonna succeed, eh? Nothing helping for the audio. And here's the CF100 waiting. So we had questions about this junction box. Most likely it was used for data like altitude encoding and XYZ for the gyros. So if you had pitch, roll, yaw indication, you would find the junctions for the signals over here. Same thing for the altitude with the gray code. Most likely it was coming here. So it's a standard installation that we found also on other sort of aircraft like the Convair. It's pretty useful, but as you see, it's old. Otherwise, yeah, you have on the side of a junction box, you have the circuit breakers with the bus bars, and in the bottom you have the avionic relays for the avionic master. So this is it. What else can I say? Just beside, in fact, behind the pilot, here are the regulators for the generators. And don't forget, there's the Aero Salon next weekend, June 1st and 2nd, with the Snowbirds here in St. Hubert's. We're working presently on the circuit breakers. So we need the circuit breakers for the VHF COM1, COM2, and the audio panels. Presently, Pierre is working on the audio panels connectors on the overhead panel. So basically we have jacks for the pilots right here, and the wiring going to the overhead panel. This is it. And the fabulous dice.
So huge thank you to Fred and Pierre for working on this awesome Monday. Rain went from rain to shine to everything. So we're hoping for good weather for June 6th, our first flight. 10 days. 10, well, not 5, 2 of these. 2 5s to go. And you can see, folks, this is it. This is all the hard work. Everything we've done so far get to this one moment right now. I'm excited for it as much as you guys. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Thank you for being awesome in the comments. You guys are rock stars and girls. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow, Tuesday. What kind of adventures we'll get into, folks, we don't know, as long as they're nothing too crazy. We want to make sure everything's nice and calm before the big day. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So let's get it going. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us again. Bye.